Hey everyone, I'm Mike Prue from Forrester, and we just published our report on the state of the metaverse, where despite its hype, the metaverse doesn't exist today. But that hasn't stopped companies from jockeying to stake their claim in it against a backdrop of consumer skepticism. I am here with a few of my analyst colleagues to break some of this down. David, we define the metaverse as a 3D experience layer of the internet. Can you explain more?
Sure. Well, first, the web is 2D, made of flat pages, but the metaverse will show VR spaces and AR objects that appear to have depth and that respond to the position and orientation of my device, phone or headset, and of my body. And then second, the metaverse will live on top of the internet. And just like there's one internet, there'll be one metaverse. I mean, imagine if instead of the web, we had a patchwork of many webs. No network effect. Bad for users, bad for business. And just like the web lets us link from anywhere to anywhere, so will the metaverse. Until that happens, there is no metaverse.
Julie, our research found that less than half of consumers are likely metaverse users ever. Ever is a strong word. Can you elaborate?
Forrester believes that the early use cases of metaverse will be in online gaming and entertainment, followed by social media. Today, half of online consumers never or rarely do these activities. Besides, the real world offers more compelling, immersive, and accessible experiences. If I want to swim in the ocean, I can just go do it. If I want to play sports with friends, I can just go do it. If I want to go to a concert, it's simply cheaper to buy a ticket.
JP, we made the call that it's actually enterprise use cases that are the surprise on-ramp to early metaverse adoptions. Can you talk a little bit more about this?
Yes, we're in a world of anywhere work, a more distributed workforce. And leaders of companies are looking for solutions that will help to bridge the gap between hybrid workers and remote workers and people in the office. And metaverse-style experiences suit the bill. Now, ironically, that also means that the people using these things at work become comfortable with them. They overcome some of their barriers. And it means that we may see some reverse consumerization of IT. That is, I start to adopt some of the technologies I learned at work and use them at home.
And Martha, as the metaverse becomes actualized, it will continue to face headwinds. Can you talk about some of the biggest ones?
One of the biggest hurdles is the lack of standards. We need a variety of standards so we can move seamlessly between environments and can take our attributes and possessions with us as needed. And of course, we need industry players to adopt these standards, which isn't something that we can take for granted. Equally importantly, we must have codes of conduct as well as the technology to ensure privacy and protection of the individual, and we must have agreed ways of enforcing the rules.
Forrester finds that it's the promise of the metaverse versus today's reality that's driving industry FOMO. So we recommend that companies use this time to experiment in metaverse precursors to mine for future opportunities while tempering both expectations and investments. We have more detail in our blog post below, including a link to the full report.